Okay, so for skill 15, the first thing we were told to do was find the values for a, b, and c, so that a squared plus b squared equals c squared. I chose 6, 8, and 10 because 36 plus 64 equals 100. And then we were told to find h and k, so I chose 1 and 2. And we were given this equation, including the values a, c, and hk, and then x and y's, and then so basically what I just did from there was plug in my values. So 6 for A's, 2's for K's, and then 1 for H's, and then 10 for C's. After simplifying that and multiplying it all out, you get 144 plus 144y plus 36y squared plus 100 minus 200x plus 100x squared equals 3600. Then after factoring some stuff out, you get 36 y plus 2 squared plus 100 x minus 1 squared equals 3600. When we divide both sides by 3600, we get 36 y plus 2 squared plus 100 x minus 1 squared over 3600 equals 1. To get that into the form that we desire, we need to put each side over 3600. So when 36 goes over 3600, we're left with 100 in the denominator, and when 100 goes over 3600, we're left with 36 in the denominator, which is how we got this equation, and this stays as 1. And so that's our equation, basically. And then from that, we can determine that the center is at 1, negative 2, because it's x minus 1, so we are left with 1, and it's y plus 2, so we're left with negative 2 here. From that, we can see here, this is the a squared value. So a squared equals 100 here. And so a is 10. And we know that that's the semi-major axis. So with that, we can find the vertices. Since it is under the y value, we got to be adding it to the y section of the center. So when we add 10 to 2, when we add 10 to negative 2, we get 8. And when we subtract 10 from negative 2, we get negative 12. And then we can use this value, which is b squared, and put that down here for the covertices. So b squared is 36, so b is 6. Since this is under the x value, we got to use this and add them onto the center and subtract. So 7 is when you add 6 onto 1, and then you get negative 5 from subtracting 6 from 1, which gives us our covertices points. And then when we're looking for the foci, we got to find c. So we know that c squared is a squared minus b squared, and c squared is 100 minus 36. So c squared would be 64, and so c is 8. So with that, we can add on 8 to the y value, since it's an up and down ellipse. So we got to add 8 to negative 2 to get 6, and add 8 and subtract 8 from negative 2 to get negative 10. Those are the points for our foci. The next thing we had to find was eccentricity. Eccentricity is just c over a, both of which we determined previously. C is 8 and a is 10. So we just plug those in and get 8 over 10, or 4 over 5. As the eccentricity, which is just a simplified version. Now for the directrices, we gotta use this equation. EC equals PF over PD. EC is the eccentricity, which we found over here to be 4 over 5, and PF is the point to the focus, which we can find out using the focus and the points. It's any point, so we can use the vertice, let's say. And we know that the distance from 8 to 6 is 2. So that's what our distance will be. That's what our PF will be. We can verify that with this point too. The distance from negative 12 to negative 10 is 2. So PF is 2. When we simplify for that, and we get PD to equal 2.5. When we get that, it's just the distance from the point to the directrix is what PD is. So since it is an up and down value, since it is an up and down, or a vertical ellipse, we've got to add on the directrices to the y values of the vertices. or any point works, but we can use the vertices here. So 8 plus 2.5, which is what PD is 10.5. And then negative 12 minus 2.5 is negative 14.5. So the lines for where the directrices would be on this ellipse is y equals 10.5 and y equals negative 14.5. And that's all we had to do for this